Honestly, after watching this episode that dropped today, episode 10 of my status as an assassin exceeds that the heroes. Episode 10. Like I said, to me, I felt like it was mostly about Akira kind of battling like whether I do it or not, like kill Graham. The guy, he's been asked to kill by Crow, and then he, and then we also, I kind of get this extra scene, which I thought was cool, where we see the heroes party, and he's like, actually criticizing himself. He's like, I'm actually kind of frustrated because, I'm just the hero in name. In reality, we're just, a little stronger than the average person. And, Takeda actually, is strong. Is the actual, different one. So I just, that's something we don't see every time, a hero actually saying that, being self-critical of his own strength and be like, so I do wonder what his next move is gonna be, because I know at this point it kind of sounds like he's very discouraged not to, go back to his hometown or whatever. But yeah, just haven't seen that in a lot of anime. But yeah, most of this episode we see Akira, battling his inner monologue, like, should I do it or not? And, he's kind of arguing with himself. And we see at the end of the episode where he kind of says, I'm gonna do it, but not for him, but for me, because, I need him dead. So he... So, as he says that, I don't know, I feel like there's maybe a theory, but I feel like there's a reason why Crow was so pushy, of let's get done now. And yeah, you could chalk it up to he really wants revenge, but I don't know. I feel like I understand all revenge, but I feel like when you add to context what we saw in episode 1 where, Akira's blade is literally about to slash Graham's neck. I just find it interesting that to stop there. And then, I don't know if you heard, but while the episode we heard the narrator, Akira's voice, he was the narrator. And I don't know, it just sounded like he was talking about it sounded like he was the narrator. If you heard it, it was yeah, in that time, and no, honestly, it sounded like what My Hero Academia does in the first few the first few hundred chapters. There's that narrator, Doria from the future, and he pretty much is talking about his AU years, and that's what Akira kind of sounded like. He was older. He was yeah, at that time I was very naive or something, when I didn't really know what to do. So yeah, that's in the back of my mind. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait for more. Next episode is episode 11, so that'll be interesting. One more thing that I just thought about. So, as we know about, like, there was this talks about this demon lord. You know, what is his powers? And then there's a brief something that Lefty said. She was like, the reason I left was because she said, you can look at the scene, but she said, my dad keeps on messing with the laws of this world. And then, you know, after that, like, after he kind of like talked off something else, but she mentioned that, so I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's very plausible that we're dealing, she was talking about like time travel. Like, I've been theorizing, like, the reason he knows about Akira and the power and everything is because he does have that power. Now, we don't exactly know how, but I guess that's kind of my guess. And I know this video has been all over the place, but I kind of want to go back to the ending of the episode. So, we go back to his world, his original world, Japan, and we see in the news he was like, yeah, it's been a month since 28 high school students disappeared. And we just see his mother, his frail mom, and his sister like, oh, don't worry, like, he's gonna come back. So obviously the show is kind of hinting at like, yeah, he's gonna go back. At the end of the story, he is gonna go back to the world. Now, I do wonder if what I said last video was true, that Emilia and Crow, especially Emilia, could work, hypothetically could work with Graham in order to like keep Akira here, because Emilia knows like Akira so desperately wants to go back. To his world, and it's obvious that Emilia also doesn't want that. The idea of parting with him would break her, and I don't think she processed that yet. So I think it's very plausible that she would do that, including like the whole things I brought up earlier of her, like, we kind of see like her two-face. Like, when she gets serious. Especially about Akira. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that like she didn't do anything to King when he said like, oh, I'm surprised that you would go stoop so low to court a human, especially when they're such low lifespan. And so I'm just surprised that didn't like tick her off and like, I don't know, hit the king or something. But yeah, I guess I'll keep you guys updated. For future episodes. Like I said, it's just episode 10. There's like 2 more episodes left. Not much else to go. So yeah, it's really looking like there's gonna be a season 2 to this, for the complete story of like Akira goes back or whatever. But I guess I'm just gonna end it here. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.